Hey there, data enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of Python and its amazing libraries. Today, we're setting our sights on Pandas, a powerhouse tool for data analysis and manipulation. Now, what exactly is Pandas? Well, it's not just your average cuddly bear. It's a library built on the Python programming language that can turn your raw data into valuable insights. A data frame is a two-dimensional tabular data structure commonly used in data analysis and manipulation. It's a fundamental component of the Pandas library in Python. A two-dimensional data structure that's like your trusty spreadsheet, organizing data into neat rows and columns. It's the Swiss Army knife of data manipulation, so let's get down to business. Today, we're uncovering 4 ways to get the number of rows in a Pandas data frame. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a data-filled adventure. First up, we have the trusty len function. It's like the measuring tape of your data frame, giving you the total number of rows in a snap. Next, we've got the shape attribute. Think of it as your data frame's ID card. It not only tells you the number of rows, but also the number of columns. But wait, there's more. Say hello to the index attribute. It's like flipping through the pages of your data frame, revealing each row's index with a simple command. Last but not least, we have the axes attribute. It's your data frame's compass, guiding you through both rows and columns in one fell swoop. All right. Are you ready to unlock the magic of Python's Pandas library? Today, we're delving into the len function, your ticket to effortlessly counting rows in a data frame. Imagine this. You have a data frame brimming with data, but you're itching to know just how many rows it holds. That's where the len function swoops in to save the day. Let's dive into an example. Feast your eyes on this pristine data frame. All right, take a look at this snippet. It might seem simple at first glance, but trust me, there's a lot packed into these few lines. Let's break it down step by step. First off, we're importing the Pandas library as PD. Now, if you're not familiar with Pandas, think of it as your go-to tool for data manipulation and analysis in Python. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for handling your data. Next, we define a dictionary called data. Inside this dictionary, we have 2 key value pairs. The keys are name and age, each corresponding to a list of values. So essentially, we're setting up some sample data here. Now comes the magic. We use the pd.dataframe function to create a data frame object from our data dictionary. A data frame is like a table in Excel, where each column represents a different variable, and each row represents a different observation. It's incredibly versatile and powerful for working with structured data. And voila! With just a few lines of code, we've created a data frame named DF, containing our sample data. We can easily visualize it here with columns for name and age and rows for each individual. Behold, our data frame boasts 3 rows, each packed with juicy data. Now, let's put the len function to the test. Here, we're using the len function to calculate the length of the data frame EDF, which corresponds to the number of rows in the data frame. The result is stored in a variable named num of rows, and this line prints out a formatted string. With just a single line of code, len effortlessly unveils the secrets of your data frame's dimensions. It's like having a data wizard at your fingertips. So, the next time you find yourself pondering the size of your data frame, remember the mighty len function. It's your ally in the world of Pandas. Now, we will know about how to get the number of rows in a data frame using the shape attribute. The shape attribute returns a tuple with the number of rows and columns in a data frame. Let's dive into a quick example using our trusty data frame. Here we are using shape attribute instead of len function. Voila! With just a single line of code, we obtain a tuple, 3, 2, courtesy of the shape attribute. But what do these numbers signify? The first value, 3, signifies the number of rows in our data frame, while the second value, 2, represents the number of columns. It's like having a blueprint of your data structure at your fingertips. Now, if we're only interested in the number of rows, we can pluck that value from the tuple using its index. Remember, indexing starts at 0. So here we entering index value 0, and we want to know the number rows. Let's run this code and see the result. And just like that, we isolate the number of rows using df.shape. It's simplicity at its finest. With the shape attribute in your arsenal, unraveling the dimensions of your data frame has never been easier. Now, we're exploring the index attribute, a versatile tool that gives you access to the number of elements, synonymous with the number of rows. But wait, there's more. We're not just exploring one, but two different methods to achieve this feat. Let's dive straight in. Method 1. Leveraging the index attribute's size property. In this example, we utilize the size property of the index attribute to swiftly retrieve the number of rows in our data frame. Without this property, you'd be faced with a more complex range index object. The size property streamlines this process, focusing solely on the number of elements in the index. Now, we will learn about method 2, embracing the len function with the index attribute. In this snippet, we take a different approach by passing the df.index as a parameter to the len function. This yields the same result, a concise count of the data frame's rows. Whether you prefer the elegance of the size property or the familiarity of the len function, both methods offer a seamless way to access the number of rows in your data frame. So, the next time you find yourself pondering the dimensions of your data frame, remember the versatile index attribute. It's your gateway to data frame enlightenment. And the final one. We're unraveling yet another gem in the Pandas library, the axes attribute. Just like a compass guiding your data exploration journey, the axes attribute provides insights into the structure of your data frame. Let's delve into two distinct methods to harness the power of axes and count the number of rows in your data frame. Method 1, utilizing the size property with axes attribute. In this snippet, we access the size property of the axes attribute to swiftly retrieve the number of rows in our data frame. The axes attribute, akin to a map legend, provides us with the index's range index object, and the size property neatly encapsulates the count of elements. In this alternative approach, we pass the axes attribute as a parameter to the len function, yielding the same concise count of the data frame's rows. It's like having multiple paths to the same destination. Choose the one that suits your coding journey. In summary, whether you prefer the elegance of the size property or the familiarity of the len function, the axes attribute serves as your trusty guide in navigating data frame dimensions. So next time you're exploring your data frame structure, remember to consult the versatile axes attribute. It's your key to unlocking data frame insights. Thank you for joining me on this Python programming journey. I hope you found this video insightful and engaging. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to dive into coding and explore the endless possibilities Python has to offer. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content. Happy coding!